There was a time when people used to call him the king of good times, but today things are far from being good for him. We're talking about LacKing Vijay Mallya. In 2016, Mallya absconded the country and sought refuge in the UK after he was accused of fraud and money laundering in the country. Vijay Mallya allegedly owes various banks over ₹9,000 crores, which he'd taken as a loan to keep his now defunct Kingfisher Airlines from failing. He was recently declared a fugitive economic offender under the Fugitive Economic Offenders Act. The coal allocation scam, or Squallgate, is a political scandal that surfaced in 2012 when the UPA government was in power. The scam was brought to notice by the Comptroller and Auditor General CAG when they accused the government of illegally allocating 194 coal blocks between 204 and 209. This was one of the scams that shook the whole nation from its core, as many bureaucrats and politicians were involved in this. Although the CAG initially estimated the loss of over ₹10 lakh crore, the final report mentioned the scam amount was ₹1.86 lakh crore. In 2008, the government came under scrutiny when it was alleged that they had undercharged mobile telephone companies for frequency allocation licenses that were used to create 2G spectrum subscriptions. And at the center of this controversy was the former telecom minister, Raider himself. The CAG had stated that the difference between the money collected and that mandated to be collected was ₹1.76 trillion, was 176,000 crore in 2012. The spectrum was declared as unconstitutional and arbitrary by the Supreme Court and led to the cancellation of over 120 licenses. In 2010, the Commonwealth Games held in India made more headlines for the controversies and corruption it was involved in than the Games itself. The whole event was marred with accusations of criminal conspiracy, cheating and forgery, and the chairman of Commonwealth Games 2010, Suresh Komadi, was accused of corruption and malpractices. It was also reported that the Indian athletes were forced to stay in terrible conditions instead of the accommodation allotted to them by the authorities. This is a major weapons contract scandal that took place between India and Sweden during the 1980s and 90s. In 1986, India reportedly signed a deal worth ₹1437 crore approx with the Swedish arms manufacturer Bofors AB to supply their 155 field howitzer to the Indian Army. Many politicians, including the then PM Rajiv Gandhi, were accused of receiving bribes or kickbacks worth over 64 crores for the deal. In today's time, the Bofors scam is estimated to be around 400 crore.